Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a 3v3 game sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of a 3v3 sick game. So I figured I would cast it. Haven't done a 3v3 in a while. And this is Ujari. I don't think I've cast a game on this map, but played a game on this map maybe about a week ago. Alright, representing the red team, the red Protoss player Barcode. His teammate, the red Terran player Korean characters. And the other red Terran player Golden State. Which could be a reference to the Golden State Warriors, who by this point might have actually wrapped up the NBA Finals. Could they have won 4 games by now? Game 1 was on Thursday. On Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Could be done by now. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what the schedule is. Probably not. They could have won 3 games. Or could have lost the last 2. I don't know. And the blue team is the blue Terran player Proxologist. His teammate, the other blue Terran player Barcode. And the blue Zerg player GG. Nope, just G-Game. So G-Game. Pool first here, and Extractor done as well for G-Game. I don't know what level these players are. Didn't really show up on the loading screen, but I'm hoping it's about a Platinum Diamond level. That is my just intuition here from the first early stages. Everybody's pretty much on top of their timings. Everybody's going for stuff. That makes sense in a team game. You notice nobody's expanding super fast because in team games you can get rushed. And if you get caught with an early expansion and die, your teammates will hate you. Why don't you have defending units, they will say. What is going on with you? The Zerg player, now that his pool's done, probably could afford to expand, but is actually just working on some more drones here. Gassing up, double gas. There are some plans for this Zerg player. We'll keep an eye on him. Oh, it is expanding. Down here just south of his main. An expansion is coming on for Proxologist, but again, that wasn't a command center first. Already does have one of his barracks done. And Team Red, do they have any expansions at all over here? Yes. Korean characters Terran player is now just expanding a little bit later, so if they can get a timing attack done off their one base, then this could hurt the blue team quite a bit. But we'll have to see. Blue, again, wasn't incredibly greedy, so I feel like they should have enough units to defend at some level. There's a Forge coming in for Barcode. Is he trying to cannon rush? Is this a Barcode probe? It is. It's a Barcode probe. He might try to do some cannon rushing here, which is really good in team games. If you can wipe out one of the other members of the other team, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. If you fail, though, it really hurts, and you just don't want to fail. Let's just say that. Roach Warren on the way from our Zerg player, our only Zerg player. Got a factory just down for Barcode. Our Terran player is the other. No, the other Barcode is a Protoss for Team Red. So, okay. I'm feeling okay about this. Feeling okay. Wait. No. Hang on. Red Terran, Barcode, and yeah, the Protoss player's Barcode. It is. Okay, I just having these weird second guessing options here. Cyclones on the way from Golden State at the same time, and here they are, double pumping them. I love this scouting probe from Barcode, though. The red team has a pretty good idea of what's going on for Team Blue right now, mostly thanks to this little guy, this little probe. Not really trying to cannon rush, but has a Forge anyway, for reasons not necessarily known. I don't know. I guess there's a cannon in the mineral line in case of some kind of an early Reaper or a Widowmine drop or something, but don't really see it happening here. Cyclone SCV push from Team Red here, going after Barcode stuff on Team Blue. Trying to decide what to attack first. There is nothing here. Cyclones are on the way from the blue team, but killing the reactor means... Oh, no. Both the Cyclones can come out. One Cyclone dies, though. A lot of SCVs being murdered here for Team Blue. The other blue Terran player also has Cyclones. Man, Cyclones are popular in this team game. The SCV is trying to repair that Cyclone, but there are 3 Cyclones hitting it for the other team. Bad news, but 2 more Cyclones show up from Golden State. And with SCVs repairing the remaining blue one, for Team Blue, it's not going to be a fair fight, and he decides to retreat. So they do save the reactor, losing some SCVs, though. So let's take a look here at our Barcode player. He has 20 SCVs compared to 26, 21, 33, 27, and 31 for the rest of the team. Who's this? Golden State only has 21 Harvesters. Must have been cutting some workers for sure to make that early push happen, and I don't know if it's entirely worth it, but still going for it. 3 more Cyclones coming across this top section of the map. The bottom section is being scouted by an Overlord for G-Game, but nobody's coming that way, so just kind of keep an eye on that one. Always good to have information as to what the other team is doing. 3 Cyclones versus 3 Cyclones. SCV is here for Team Red. Well, obviously, SCVs are available for Team Blue because he's defending. Roaches are out for G-Game. I don't know about this. Roaches versus Cyclone, although pretty good. Enough of them to basically one-shot that wounded Cyclone and chase them away. Hydralisk here as well, lending some additional DPS, and that is going to be it for that little push from our Red Terran Golden State. All right, what else we got? Korean player going double starport. Double starport here with Tech Labs. All right. Feeling okay about this. Well, I guess only one Tech Lab and another Tech Lab. So, I mean, battle cruisers maybe? Battle cruiser rush. There's a fusion core just now done. And it is going to be battle cruiser from Korean. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be very interesting. Stargate here, already done for the barcode player. For the Red Protoss barcode player. Production tab, yeah, showing that Yamato cannon weapon refit on the way. Zealot, legs, and a fleet beacon coming in from our Red Protoss player. And we're going to see battle cruiser carrier quite potentially. Team Blue is scanning this stuff and saying, oh, do you see this? Do you see what's happening here? There are BCs on the way. It's a good thing BCs aren't great, says Team Blue. We should be just fine. Infestation pit on the way from G-Game. Although if you use the battle cruisers well, which means you physically fly them to where you want to attack and then warp them home instead of warping on top of your enemy and then kind of being stuck if things don't go well, then the battle cruiser can be very strong. Another expansion on the way from a Red Protoss player. If he's going for kind of like a zealot carrier thing, then yeah, you're going to want to have 3 bases. You're going to have at least 6 assimilators here. Zealot's knocking down debris for yet another expansion. He is serious on his economy. And I like this. Kind of throw down some early aggression against Team Blue. Right? Throw down some early aggression, kind of be like, all right, maybe you guys should sit back and play defense for a while, then expand your faces off. As Golden State has another base on the way. Is that going to be his 3rd? Let's see. This is Korean. This is Golden State. I think that's going to be his 3rd base. Overlord scouting stuff for G-Game does see the expansion. It's already done at the backside. It's kind of a weird map in that you kind of start in the middle-ish and expand backwards, right, instead of forwards. Liberator trying to set up shop here for Golden State. Parks right on top of a missile turret by Proxologist main. And bad things happen. Roach, Ravager, Hydra is here from G-Game, though. Some Marine support as well from Proxologist, forcing a liftoff on Korean's expansion. And he has another expansion over here that's also fairly undefended. Some Stalkers and Zealots are trying to come in, but they're pretty terrible against this Roach, Ravager, Hydra composition. The Stalkers are going to die pretty much immediately. Battlecruiser trying to do what it can, trying to get the Hydralisks and the Ravagers out of the composition so that the Cyclones can take down the Roaches. I'm liking this very, very much. Crucible is doing some hits there on the Cyclones, and is enough to hold. We're going to lose all of the Cyclones. Yes, going to lose all the Cyclones. But there's only a Ravager and a Marine remaining from this attack from G-Game. So not the biggest, most exciting attack of all time, but they did force a liftoff. And they did kill some stuff from Team Red, so that's always nice. Battlecruiser has 6 kills already. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Mr. Battlecruiser. Do you have any upgrades on the way? Do you have any armories? I don't think you do, which I like the upgrades on the big old air capital ships. If you're going to build them, you're going to spend that many resources on them, then you absolutely should definitely get upgrades, is my personal opinion. Pumping Liberators here is Golden State. Got tanks in the mix as well. Very, very fun indeed. And just, it's Battlecruiser all the time from our Korean player. So we'll see how that goes. Graviton Catapult on the way from Barcode. Additional carriers on the way. Team Blue, on the other hand, is, what is this Infestation Pit doing? Getting Neural Parasite. Could see some Neural Parasite. A bit of a callback to our One Trick Wednesday from last week. That was Slave Army, where Neural Parasite played a heavy factor for sure. Personal Cloaking on the way for Ghosts for Proxologists. We might see some nukes. I have not watched this game, but anytime there are Ghosts and there is Cloak available, I can just imagine nukes. Team Blue finally taking the other expansion at the backside of their side of the map. A little bit late, right? A little bit late, especially, wow, that other one's also very late compared to Team Red. Team Red has taken every single base on their side except one. Got some Widow Mines on the ramp to defend that as well. Here comes some Cyclones. It's a little bit late for a 5 Cyclone push out of Barcode, but I mean, there's Liberators and tanks. That is a tough nut to crack right there. I'm pretty sure. Can you see this? No, you can see the Liberator circles, but you can't see the tanks back there. So that's bad news. It's bad news for sure. Ravagers and Festers on the way from G-Game. Our Zerg player trying his hardest to represent. Marines coming up by themselves. Oh, the Widow Mine shots, though. Oh, the Widow Mine shots. Get rid of a lot of the medevacs. Battlecruisers are remaining. A lot of the Marines are super duper injured, but there is Viking support, and one Battlecruiser does fall. Zealots coming in with charge, trying to hack up as many of these Zealots as possible to get a couple before they die. Again, a lot of these Marines are low on HP, and there aren't many medevacs here to heal them. There is one. In fact, carriers joining the battle, and all the Marines are toast. Some Roaches and Ravagers trying to come here as well. There's a Ghost with Cloak trying to get shots off, but not really doing much damage against capital ships. And then, oh, still cloaked, still cloaked. Did he get any kills there at all? Uncloaking, 1 kill on this Ghost. And this expansion by Korean carriers might be in a lot of trouble, actually. The carriers don't want to defend it. Where are you guys? There isn't that much anti-air, but there are Burrowed Infestors with Neural Parasite available, so be careful. Be careful with that. Korean characters does lose a base, might lose another base here towards the left as well. That is bad for our red team. Team Blue working together pretty darn effectively here. Got Marines supporting the Zerg player G-Game. And the Marines getting separated a little bit here, getting taken out. There's the Neural Parasite, though, on the battle cruisers. And what are they going to do? They're going to Yamato Cannon the other battle cruisers. Oh, big time hits there. Wait, did those actually get off? I don't know. Either way, the battle cruisers are dying a lot faster than they should because of the Neural Parasited other battle cruisers. Carriers dying here as well. Is there enough anti-air? The Hydras for G-Game need to get involved in this pretty much immediately. Vikings showing up for Proxologist to assist as well. And these battle cruisers are absolutely going to die. Corrosive Biles assisting with it as well. Boom. Corrosive Biles taking out a battle cruiser. You don't see that every day. Tank on the high ground. Getting some nice shots off on these ground units. Any upgrades on that? Oh, Korean characters leaves the game at 11 minutes in. I guess he did just lose both of his expansions. That's super, super bad. Carriers, only 3 of them for for Barcode. Yeah, only 3 of those for Barcode, but they're doing pretty well. 8 kills, 3 kills, and 1 kills each on them. Proxologist heading home. Everybody else heading home for Team Blue. And these Cyclones are still sitting here at this top path like they want to attack in, but there are 100 tanks back here. There's 8 tanks back here with +1 attack with several Liberators as well. It's just not gonna end well for you is what I'm trying to argue here. There's a Mothership for our Protoss Barcode player as well. Making 5 carriers at once is Barcode. Wow. All right. So somebody is still controlling Korean here. Building additional command centers, wants that income, wants that mule. Income is what I have to assume is going on here. So get some upgrades maybe for the BCs. Not really making any BCs, as it turns out. But still, I don't know. Someone's still controlling at this point. Again, carrier count. Oh, no, there are BCs back here. Oh, Proxologist for Team Blue is now making BCs. Okay, that's fun. So we've got Proxologists here with Marines and Medivacs and Vikings. We've got G-Game here. That's hard to say. G-Game here with his Infestors and Roaches and Ravagers. This might be closer to Platinum than Diamond, I would think. Our Zerg player especially isn't really maxing out as much as he could. Not really saturating his bases either. So it's hard for me to tell on the fly how good these players are, especially considering they're all kind of probably different levels at some point. All right, so now Proxologist. Team Blue has their own battle cruisers. Trying to kill the... Oh, they kill the Observer. That's going to help immensely. Team Red doesn't have any detection back here right now, but they do have a Mothership, and everything is cloaked. Cloaked tanks! Not something you see every day. Liberators saying, why don't you walk up this ramp and to your doom, Team Blue. Cyclones getting... Oh, are they getting lured into here by this barracks? They're getting lured into the tanks, and... Whoa! Getting out of there. None of them die, which is great, but going up the ramp is Team Blue. I don't know about this. Tank splash on everything. Carriers murdering stuff. Neural Parasite on 2 of the carriers, though. That's going to help quite a bit, but everything on the ground dying for Team Blue. The Vikings kind of the last to go, but they're absolutely going to get destroyed by the Interceptors as well. And Team Blue forced to retreat. Reinforcing Hydras turn around and go, no, thank you. We want no part of this particular battle. And the carriers are swinging back. So, Barcode... Terran player learned his lesson about walking into these 8 tanks with +1/+1. And holding the ramp was Team Red, so that's great. That is very well done by them. Oh, never mind. The Cyclones, I thought they learned their lesson, but they walked into the tanks anyway and died about 2 minutes later. I don't know why. All right, so both teams have taken all of the expansions on their side of the map. There is this one base that has not been taken yet. It is in the very middle of the map on the top. Going to be hard to hold, I think, by anybody who decides to go for it, and nobody's really even tried yet. But a lot of bases. A lot of bases by both of these dudes. Vikings for Proxologist. He's recognizing there's a lot of carriers and this Mothership, and the answer to that for the Terran is going to be Vikings. Vikings were built specifically for this extra damage versus flying armored stuff in good range. And all this stuff here, all this red Protoss stuff is armored for sure. Raven upgrades coming For our Terran barcode player, he's getting Corvid Reactor, increasing the starting energy of Ravens, getting +1 ship weapons, getting building armor, and recalibrated explosives, increasing the damage done by Hunter Seeker missiles. So that should be good. I'm like Hunter Seeker missiles, I like those. I like Ravens, I like Vikings, doing all what you need to do against the Skytoss army. This guy's probably seen this particular thing before. A lot of SCVs here in the main base of Korean. Whoever's microing Korean character should probably throw those SCVs down to one of these bases that have been actually rebuilt by his teammates after he left. Actually, Golden State has one of them, never mind. But there is a Korean base here that was rebuilt after the carnage. And, oh, Barcode is, I keep saying that, our Terran Barcode is trying to take this final base within the range of a sensor tower. So Team Red will know this is there. I'm not sure he wants to land. It's kind of a scary thing. Thor production on the way from Golden State. 7 Vikings at a time on the way from Proxologist, and 5 Vikings. Oh, Ravens at a time from Terran Barcode. And here we come to defend this base is the Sky Terran army. +1/+1 on the battle cruisers. +1/+1 on the Vikings. Barcode. Terran Barcode hanging out with a pretty darn big Sky Terran fleet. SCVs, red SCVs trying to kill blue SCVs here. I'm not sure what this is all about. Golden State, what are you doing? Actually doing fairly well, killing a lot of enemy SCVs because this army that is right next door doesn't seem all that intent on stopping it. Coming up here, oh, a lot of Vikings. A lot of Vikings trying to come up that ramp, but there are cannons on the ground. The cannon is the natural enemy of the Viking. And here we go. Yamato cannon on top of the responding mothership. Mothership dies instantly. Yamato cannons on top of the carriers as well. And Neural Parasite catching one of the carriers. Some fungals. Keeping the carriers in place here. Corrosive Biles trying to go fungal bile, but they're a little bit late. A little bit late here. You could just hear the consistent Yamato cannons going on. The Vikings flying right up into the red team's base anyway, landing the Vikings. Which I don't know if that's a good idea, but they're doing all right. There's planetary fortresses here, though, so that's bad news for them. I think they're all going to die. However, so is this Skytoss army from Barcode. The Vikings are having a field day. The battle cruisers are not dying that quickly, although there are fewer of them than there previously were. Vikings are absolutely volleying wave after wave of death onto these carriers. There are Thors here, though. Thor's doing their damage, not doing their single target damage as they probably should against the battle cruisers, but still forcing them to retreat. 3 battle cruisers from Korean to warp themselves into the very, very backside of Proxologist's base. They get neural parasited. All 3 of them get neural parasited and Yamato cannon each other. Hyder's going to finish them off, I think, before the neural parasite wears off. It's pretty good timing, actually. Bam, bam, bam. All of you are toast. So 17 minutes in, I'm not sure who has the advantage, although Team Blue does have this base up top, which could give the needed resources to actually win this 3v3. A lot of missile turrets on this bottom side path, and Barcode, our Protoss players, lost pretty much everything that he had. He is able to make 7 carriers at once, which is nice, but look at these upgrades. Barcode Terran is working on ship weapons level 3 and ship plating level 3. Vehicle and ship plating level 3. 7 Vikings at a time on the way from Proxologist. Team Blue is working together, and that's what you got to do to win these team games, is work together, whether it's an early game coordinated rush, excuse me as I drop my phone, or it's some kind of mid-game, late-game push as well. Late-game compositions need to coordinate with each other. Holy mules, that's a whole page of mules and then some. Is that 24, 32? Is that 8 times 4, 28. All right, 28 mules on this base up top. It's going to get mined out in about 3.5 seconds here. I mean, I'm watching these minerals, and they're just dropping precipitously very, very fast. Okay, maybe not 3.5 seconds, but it's a quick way to mine out a base. That's for sure. Golden State has a lot of BCs. His upgrades are at +2/+2. Is he working on +3? He's not. Korean making another... Why are you making another fusion core? Don't you already have one of those? Maybe he meant to make an armory for upgrades. I don't know. Vikings versus battle cruisers here in the middle here. Blue versus red. Red battle cruisers, and they do retreat. They do retreat using the warp tactical jump ability. Is that what it is? Tactical jump. Yes, tactical jump ability to go back home, which is really how it should be used. That's the best way. The best way to use it for sure. Cannons. So nobody's actually... Have we killed any bases? Not for a while. When Korean lost those 2 command centers, that was like, I feel like 10 minutes ago that happened. But since then, nobody's lost a base. There has been some harassment, some damage done, but nobody's actually suffered the loss of a main command center nexus or hatchery. Aspire coming in for G Game. That's the first one of those we've seen so far. All right, so what gets interesting is when these bases start to get mined out, and then we start running out of resources, and the decision-making gets very, very interesting at that point. G-Game actually has a lot of idle drones he needs to put somewhere, but he does have this other base. He's got a 3rd base, but it's oversaturated already, and there's nowhere for him to expand. Battle cruisers pushing into this entrenched position from Golden State. Are these guys in the right mode? No, they're not in the right mode, but Yamato cannons firing from Korean characters on top. Whoa, did that kill all of the battle cruisers? I don't think it killed all. Did it kill all the battle cruisers for Team Blue? I feel like it very well may have. Oh, coming in, Barcode is back. Protoss Barcode back with the Skytoss army. He back, and he is mad. He's mad at the world. Fully upgraded carriers, except for Protoss plating, which, is he working on it? No. No, he's not working on that final +3 Protoss plating for air stuff. That's pretty sad news. All right, so Golden State looking good with his BCs. Carrier group maxed out. Barcode. Protoss Barcode is a good player. An excellent player indeed. Swarm Host on the way from G-Game. Greater Spire 2. Yamato cannons firing somewhere. What are you chasing down? Oh, trying to get the enemy battle cruisers for Proxologists. Killing that one, but coming around for the flank from the backside is Barcode with his battle cruisers and Ravens and Vikings picking off reinforcing carriers extremely efficiently. And then going for it here. Yamato cannons firing from both sides here. Trying to weaken the carriers at least and let the Vikings finish them off. They're doing a great job target firing the carriers themselves. But more battle cruisers coming in from Golden State for Team Red. Team Red versus Team Blue. This is a huge, massive air battle going right now between these 2 players. I don't know who's going to come out on top. Some carriers coming to the backside from Barcode trying to get rid of these battle cruisers for Team Blue. They are actually attacking interceptors. This is not looking good for Team Blue here. There are some Ravagers throwing down corrosive biles on the stacked up battle cruisers. That's going well. More carriers coming from the backside. More carriers for Team Red joining. Oh, jumping out of there are the battle cruisers for Team Red, leaving the carriers to clean up their mess. Tactical jumping in front of the carriers. That's kind of amazing. And then getting the Yamato cannon to finish one of them off. Excellent micro decision-making and positioning from Barcode Terran for Team Blue there. So escaping back home. This is, wow, these are some of the best big-time team battles we've seen on the channel. Pushing in, feeling they have an advantage is Team Blue, coming in at one of Barcode's many bases. Probably going to finish off the Vikings extending a little bit too far on top of missile turrets. You don't want to do that at all. Cannons falling very quickly to these fully upgraded battle cruisers doing, 9 damage. Time with a range of 6, weapon speed 0.16. 0.16. That's really, really fast here. But however, Golden State's they've got their Thors. They've got their battle cruisers coming down kind of by herself here, which Team Red could have some support if necessary. Oh, burrowed infestors are here for G-Game, though they might neuroparasite a couple of these battle cruisers and really turn the tides in this battle here. Everybody pretty much fully at health for Golden State. And splitting up Team Blue. Team Blue decides possibly it's time to retreat. Killing 2 bases seems to be enough. Going after a 3rd one here where it's pretty much mined out, but you know what, getting the kill is just fine anyway. Battle cruisers killing what's left of this ground army for G-Game. Some corrosive piles are hitting actually for a lot more damage than I would expect. Oh, long distance mining SCVs for Team Red, and the carriers show up for Team Red as well. So Team Red has reestablished its position here in this bottom left, but lost 3 bases in the process, and there's still a mining base going on from our Barcode player. Swarm Hosts from G-Game have been kind of slowly trying to whittle down this front door at the top for Golden State. And Locust landing a little bit too soon. They need to land right on top of the tanks, but they're not doing it. 9 kills, 7 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills on them. Team Red deciding to make a push. It's Golden State. It is Thors. Oh, they're in the correct mode. They're in the single target mode now. That's good. Yamato cannons on Thors, though. Not what you want to see. Tactical jump. Where are you jumping? Golden State right on top. Oh, and from behind. Trying to get the surround action here. The Thors seem to be getting target fired by the battle cruisers, changing their mind. Now going after the battle cruisers in the air. Team Blue kind of holding it on his own right now. Carrier flock, carrier group The Golden Armada flying now into Proxologist's main base. He's going to lose production facilities. He's going to lose orbital commands as well. However, good news is that Team Blue did win the fight up north. There were more battle cruisers, and the upgrades I think were better. And that's kind of how you win these things. When it goes battle cruiser to battle cruiser, nuclear missile on the way from Golden State. We'll see where that nuke goes. Some Hydras and Infestors trying to deal with this carrier army, neuroparasiting one of them and then recalling out of there. Once things got a little bit too hairy, once the Vikings showed up, leaving one carrier behind because he was neuroparasited. The Zealots got left behind as well, trying to kill a hatch, which is entirely at a mined-out base, but losing production facilities, losing larva production might be how you want to do this thing, and they're going to get it. They have +1 attack. No, don't get distracted. They got distracted. 74 hit points on that hatchery. They could have killed that thing for sure. Golden State making a bit of a push here at Barcode's base at the top and the middle of the map. I guess who showed up to defend 1,000,000 battle cruisers. By 1,000,000, it's 8. 8 battle cruisers going to wipe these tanks off the face of the earth. The Liberators, too. Get away from my base. They're going to say who is... Ooh, 2 more? How did 2 more carriers show up here? G-Game have a bad rally? He might have had a bad rally. Infested Terran Neural Parasite going to make quick work of these guys, especially with some Viking support. That's 2 more carriers down. Battle cruiser for Korean. Ooh, 2 of them way back here at Proxologist base. Trying to kill things. More carrier groups here at this planetary fortress at the top middle of the map. Yamato cannons going to fire on these carriers. Taking them out, man. Taking them out one at a time. Generally, battlecruiser versus carrier goes pretty well for the battlecruiser, especially if Yamato cannon is used judiciously. Some Zealots killing some SCVs, trying to hold this Zelnaga watchtower on the bottom side. This battlecruiser has 3 kills. Does kill... Is that a ghost? Might have killed a ghost. And this BC is still alive. Sent only 1 Viking to kill it. That is not going to be enough for sure. Carriers, 2 of them neural parasited. These infestors, man, really know what they're doing. Fine. Is that one neural parasited as well? It is. It is neural parasited. All the carriers are, except this one, it wore off. Is it going to get hit again? I don't know. I'm not sure that it actually matters here. Any SCVs repairing these carriers, I just don't know. Zealots wandering around inside a blue base. There's no Protoss on this side, so that's a bad sign for you if you're on the blue team. All the carriers are gone. A lot of Zealots coming out here from Barcode, though. He has 4,000 minerals in the bank, so that's a lot of things. If you want to go try to kill your opponent, does Team Blue not have anything to handle these Zealots? There's a Viking. Okay, there's 2 Vikings, which is good. There are Swarm Hosts for G-Game, which are going to be very useful. Infestors here are going to be super useful as well. Where do the Zealots want to go from Barcode? They could probably kill this building barracks if they wanted to, but they seem distracted by something else. Maybe going after starports is the way to go. Zealot. Zealot versus Queen, where Queen is being healed by Medevac. And also some landed Vikings fighting there as well. Zealots for Barcode. Is that it? I mean, Golden State oh my gosh. How many mules is this one? This is another full page of mules. I'm going to try to mine out this base as well. It's just, we're running out of stuff right now, people. We're running out of money. We're running out of bases. We're running out of units. If I could look at Army, 105, 85, 11. Oh, for Korean, 102, 53, 20. So nobody's over 105 right now. And at 28 minutes, that's generally a sign that you're starting to mine out. Actually, this top right base for Barcode is, not completely untouched. But there are minerals here. I mean, he has 3,000 minerals in the bank. Maybe he doesn't feel like he needs them, but get them if you can. Ooh, some Hydras walking right into this Zealot push from Team Red. The MVP for Team Red is definitely our Barcode Protoss player, 100%. 100% him. It was his carriers. What the heck does that sound? Oh, running out of memory. Fantastic. Hopefully we can finish this game. Zealots trying to kill refineries. There are some Queens defending this base in the bottom right for G-Game. He's making Queens with his 2,500 minerals. Is that really what he has? I keep doing that, but I don't know if it's accurate or not. What is that? High-capacity fuel tanks. Is somebody actually getting... Yes! Allowing Ignite Afterburners to last 50% longer. Wow! Finally saw that upgrade. Zealots going after what the heck ever here is in the bottom right and trying to get these infestors. Where's your Observer? Hope the Observer does not die, because these Zealots on top of the infestors is really bad news for the infestors. They're fungling the Zealots, but they can't kill them forever. Battlecruisers desperately trying to save these infestors. The fungal's doing pretty well. Vikings, I mean, it's just a desperation move right now from Team Blue. There is a scan to kill a lot of the drones here in the ground fighting against the Vikings, but once they show up, the Vikings lift up battle cruisers. Meanwhile, raining fire down on the Zealots, and they're now all gone. They're now all gone. So what does Team Red have? A lot of Marines. Golden State has many Marines with no attack or defense upgrades. They do have stim. They do have combat shield. So that's going to be useful. A lot of medevacs as well. So you know what? End game Marines are actually surprisingly pretty great, unless they just get chain fungled into oblivion, which is possible considering there are 4 infestors. Bring your drones, says Proxologist. Let's do this thing. Everybody group up and go for the attack. I like it very much. Getting Blink at the 30-minute mark is our barcode player. So that's pretty fun. Marines marching up the ramp. They're going to kill these queens, I think. There's the stim forward, and the queens are left alone. They're trying to spread creep, man. That's all they want to do. Their tumors die. And the queens... There's the fungal, though. The fungal's on the Marines. Is it enough to kill them? No, not enough. They're pretty low on HP, though. The medevacs need to heal them. The medevacs need to heal them so bad. Let them heal up at least into, like, the yellow. If not the green. Can we do the green? Stalker's here for barcode as well. Man, he is still alive, but a push up north of barracks from Proxologist. We're going to ignore that. How about we just ignore that one? The Stalkers need to fight with the Marines. You guys work together, Team Red. Work together, Marines. Work together, Stalkers. You can do this thing. I feel like you have this. Why are you going home? What is so going home right now? I mean, these battle flying buildings from Proxologists are pretty much just running themselves into missile turrets, which is bad news. And pulling back, I guess, to heal up. Nope, still moving. Dude, as long as you're moving, the medevacs have a really hard time healing you. Why are you going all the way back home? See, Stalkers for barcode aren't going all the way home. That's not what they're doing. Rikdika, says Proxologist. What is over here? I don't know. A lot of Marines from barcode with his 2 battle cruisers and these swarm hosts and the buildings coming on in, trying to kill these missile turrets. I don't know that they're causing a mass problem here or what. Are you Marines going to defend at least? The Marines are going to defend at least. They're going to have the high ground. The Marines do have +1 attack for barcode, and they do have combat shield and stim. Not as many medevacs healing, though. This is going to come down to something. The Stalkers are trying to fight. Blink Stalkers with +2 attack, trying to fight against this Queen Viking Infestor army. Not doing very well. That's it. Barcode's gone for Team Red. Oh, the MVP has left the game. The MVP has left the game. Barcode Terran player burning through everything that Golden State has. Coming from the backside, though, is Golden State trying to go for the win. Attacking, stimming forward, losing a lot of these Marines, though. The battle cruisers upgrades are just so high. So incredibly high. And it looks like Golden State's army is gone. Obliterated. 10 kills and 17 kills on those battle cruisers. Not many Marines remaining here for barcode, but there's a full page and almost 2 pages. That's enough. That's going to be enough. What is even left for all of these teams? It's 9 Stalkers for barcode who's left, and that's it. Golden State's gone, and that's it. Team Blue, G-Game, barcode, Proxologist, and... Is that it? G-Game, barcode, Proxologist. And... Who was the other guy? Who am I forgetting here? G-Game was the Zerg. Barcode, Proxologist were the Terrans. Was there one more Terran? I'm forgetting here. Barcode, Proxologist. Oh, it's a 3v3. Okay, thank goodness. It's a 3v3. I thought it was a 4v4 at that very last moment. So, yes. All right. So, those 3 players are the winners today here on Ujari. And that's going to be it from me. So, this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.